Assalamu alaikum, Yusuf Anubi Sahib. I'm here with Mr. Anubi from Zimbabwe Jamaat. Mr. Anubi is the Amir Jamaat of Zimbabwe. And we're going to talk more about the country, the history, the background, the situation on the ground right now. Since the COVID, how have things progressed or deteriorated? What are the crucial issues with Zimbabwe? So, Mr. Anubi, Jazakumullah for your time. Can you please tell us more about yourself first?
Thank you for inviting me. I'm very, very grateful. Yes, I'm Yusuf Anubi, Imam Yusuf Anubi. I'm the national president of Jamaat Ahmadiyya in Zimbabwe.
Where are you from originally from in Zimbabwe?
Yes, my parents originate from Malawi, but I was born here in Zimbabwe, and I grew up in Zimbabwe. I went to school in Zimbabwe. So I've been in Zimbabwe since I was born. But at one time, I traveled to my home country, Malawi, and to meet the people there. So, yes, I have a family, yes, of course, and I have a son who is studying in Jamia, Ghana, and also I have 4 daughters, and also 4 boys. I have 2 wives, of course. Yes, so I have a big family. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. What can you tell us about the situation in Zimbabwe? Where are you living right now? You are in which?
Right now, I'm in Eastern. Yes, the situation in Zimbabwe is that things were not okay, but now things are starting to improve due to the policies of the government which they adopted, policy of development. Of course, the country is still reeling under sanctions imposed by the EU and America. So you can see it is very, very difficult for the country to access lines of credit for development. So this has been a problem to our country, and it has affected a lot of people, unemployment, because most of companies closed down due to the sanction imposed by the West. So you see now most of our members, most of our people, in fact, in Zimbabwe, they do manual business, self-employed. So they don't get much, just a little. Like what I said, they don't have a proper job that a person can say, I'm going to work, but they just do small business like selling tomatoes, selling fruits, and the like. So, but there are some who are doing, who are selling clothes and business, small, medium to small scale business. Some they are in mine, of course, but it's not a proper mining. So that's the situation in Zimbabwe. So, but by the grace of God, we are happy that the government now, which is the ZANU-PF government, which is in charge, the new dispensation, as we know that there's a coup that happened in 2017. So there's a new leader now, but we are seeing some development, like roads they are being made, and also a lot of development are happening in the country. So at least we are moving forward despite the effect of sanctions. Also, the COVID pandemic also impounded the problem in Zimbabwe in the extent that most of our people, they were suffering a lot. They were suffering. They could not have food to eat. So this was challenging and Humanity First came in, especially the Humanity First Switzerland came in hand to help our people. They donated about, they provided food for 10,000 US dollars, and we bought food hampers. We distributed to the poor and need.
When was that
we gave
exactly?
people 10,000
No, what time?
food aid
When
of
was that?
10,000 US dollars.
When was that? When?
Was provided. The first food aid came in 2017.
Okay.
Right? In 2017, yeah, this was provided by Humanity First Switzerland, and this gave people a relief because they were suffering from this, sanction-induced economy. So because of that, our people managed to get some food stuff in their homes. We distributed food in Harare, where we have our headquarters, and also in Murombezi, in Chiwiti, and Chiwiti it's another branch. Our branch is about 170 kilometers from Harare.
Okay.
So where we have many of our members, there. So basically, that was the first assistance which we received from Humanity First. That was in 2017. Then after that, we've been working with the Humanity First Switzerland, to help our people in various ways, such as ICAM. It was in 2019, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, correct.
And then there was an ICAM in Chivi, yes, whereby about more than 75 people received their eyesight back. So this was a great gesture, and these people did not have any source of income or have money to do the operation on their own. So Humanity First came in to help them so that they can restore their eyesight back. So this was a great thing for our country, and Humanity First was working in conjunction with the Council for the Blind, and it was very successful. And the Council for the Blind provided some medical practitioners, doctors, to help in this operation. And the chairman of Humanity First, Dr. Shamim Kaz, was also around a witness. He was overseeing the whole process. So we say, Jazakumullah, we thank you very much for that kind gesture. It really helped our people. And then we have the cyclone Elin, which happened in Chimanimani, where there was a great devastation of homes, whereby many people they become destitute.
When was that?
Without food. So it was in 2019. 2019. Yes. Yeah, it was 2019, if I'm not mistaken. I have to verify my dates there. But it was around that time whereby there was a huge catastrophe in that area. Some people they died, they lost their loved ones. So they did not have anything, shelter, no food whatsoever. Everything was wiped away by the rain, by the storm. So Humanity First came in hand to assist those people. So we bought food stuff. Hello?
No, I'm sorry to interrupt. Was there a flooding that happened here?
Yes, a cyclone. It was the cyclone Elin in Chimanimani.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it affected the whole area. I'm sorry, you were saying it was a whole flooding. I heard there were bridges as well which collapsed.
Yes, of course. Bridge, every infrastructure which has everything to do with the communities there. So schools, clinics, everything was wiped out. So it was a serious flood, and people there were desperate in need of help.
Okay.
So in such a time, Humanity First Switzerland, in conjunction with the Humanity First UK,
Yes.
came in hand, donated some food hampers. About 250 families benefited,
Okay.
and the hamper includes cooking oil, sugar, flour, meal, soap, and many basic things. So it helped a lot, and we are very, very, very grateful for that help from Humanity First Switzerland and Humanity First UK. So that was another help which we get from Switzerland. And after that, like what I said, we had a problem during this COVID-19.
Yes.
Many people were suffering, even those people in Harare, because many people, they've lost their job because of these restrictions. People were not allowed to do any business and whatsoever. So people, they were at home. Like what I said, that most of our people, they don't have proper job. So they survive on hand to mouth. You see, they just do small business just to get something to survive. So due to the COVID-19, it was so terrible for them, and the situation became dire. And because of that, now people, they were in great need of food. So it was an urgent need. And then we talked to our to Humanity First Switzerland, and also they came in hand. They also provided masks to give to our people. Some people may not understand, may feel that a mask is worthless, it's just something little. But, like what I said, our people are suffering, they do not have anything. So in that way, they could not even have even a 50 cents to buy a mask, for that matter. So it helped a lot of poor people, at least, because by that time, no one was allowed even to walk around without wearing a mask. So in such a way, you can understand if someone doesn't have money to get a mask for his family, some they have 4 or 5 families. So you can understand that. So Humanity First Switzerland came in hand and provided some masks for the poor and needy people. And also, they provided food relief, and we had to distribute food in many of our branches, that is Harare, in Tirloni, and Murombezi, Chiwiti, and other places. So it was just like that. So it was of great importance to our people, and they did appreciate greatly to receive such kind of aid, because they were truly in need of food. So coming to other areas where we benefited from Humanity First, we benefited from Humanity First in many areas, such as solar system boreholes. Humanity First Switzerland managed to provide clean water to people in Chiwiti. Like what I said, we have a great number of our people there in Chiwiti, and they did not have clean water. Some, they could travel 5 to 10 kilometers to get water. So you can understand that it was a very big problem there, and people there, they greatly need of help. I remember when we went there with Dr. Shamim Kazi, he visited that area. So when he saw the people, how they live, he was touched, and he felt that no, he has to do something about it. So that's the reason why he decided to put up a solar system borehole in that area, and he managed to do so. And I can say now, a lot of people now, they are benefiting from that borehole. I can say about more than 850 families, they are
850.
getting water. Yeah, 850 families. They are benefiting
850
from
families.
Yes,
How
yes.
many people is
In
that?
Shuit, yeah, a lot of people, it's in thousands, I can say so, in thousands.
Okay,
And
thousands of
people, they are
people.
very, very grateful because for years they did not have clean water. There was a
Hmm.
borehole nearby, but that was broken. It was not
Okay,
working. It was not functioning. So the coming of Switzerland to provide this clean water for the community, it was in hand for them. And right now, I can say people now they are very happy because they are now getting clean water for their families, and
okay,
this can also it's good for their health as well, as they were drinking dirty water, from the wells, unprotected wells. You can see how harmful it is. So we are very, very grateful that Humanity First Switzerland has impacted on our people and helped them to live in a decent way. So apart from that, Humanity First also managed to provide a solar system borehole in Glenora. Glenora, that is opposite our mosque there, for the community in Glenora. So we are happy that more than 600 families, more
mm-hmm.
than 600 families, they are benefiting from that solar system borehole. So now they are getting clean water,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole community is happy because of that, and we are very, very grateful. So you can see Humanity First has been doing a lot for us in Zimbabwe and providing clean water, providing food relief, and so forth. So it has been of great help, and the people of Zimbabwe, they do appreciate the work which is done by Humanity First. It has made a huge change in our people, and we are very, very grateful. And just recently, there
Mm-hmm.
is a borehole which was installed by Humanity First Switzerland as well, and at our mosque in Glenora there. For years, we did not have water. The water tap from the city council mostly is a dirty water. They don't treat it well, so you
Okay,
can see how it is dangerous to health. Most people, they buy water from the shop. So by getting this clean water from this borehole, which was just installed by Humanity First Switzerland, it will help. It will save a lot of people the hard-earned money, and they will just get clean water from that borehole. So we are very, very grateful. And that is not only there for our members, that borehole is also for the community. Because
mm-hmm.
like what I said, that the community, the borehole outside our mosque is providing clean water for more than 600 families. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, there's pressure when there's no water everywhere. People, they flock at that place to get that priceless clean water. So we have decided that if we have our borehole at the mosque, then when there's pressure out there, we'll open the taps for the community so that they can also benefit from that water. So we are going to do that because
Mm-hmm.
this borehole is just new. I think it's just a week or so. Yes. So Humanity First has been doing a lot. And also during the COVID-19 pandemic, Humanity First provided some pamphlets to conscientize people about the danger of COVID-19. And it helped our people because most of people did not have knowledge. And you see, most of people in the rural areas, they don't have television to watch, even radios to listen, to get guidance. But this pamphlet really helped them so that they can protect themselves against the pandemic. So in short, Humanity First has been helping Zimbabwe Jamaat. And that is the Humanity First that we all know about. And we have witnessed how it is. And recently also, now we are planning also to have an eye camp with the Humanity First Switzerland. They are going to provide um, assistance to, to help our people to be operated in that regard. Thank
Okay, wonderful. Can you tell me the important is solar operated wells relative to non-solar? What is, if you had non-solar wells, what will be the difficulty there? And what advantage do solar wells have for you, for Zimbabwe, for your community?
Okay, thank you very much. You know, the solar system borehole, they're modernized as compared to the bush pumps. You know, was the bush pump wells, you know, they need sometimes, you know, energy, you know, to get water, you know. So you see, even in rural areas, most of our people, they're elder. So they don't have the energy even to pump that water into their buckets. So this solar system, it helped them because you just open the tap and they'll just get the water. So it's easy also. And I think also it can last longer because people won't touch anything there. They will just open the tap and get the water. So it is good and it is also fast as compared to the bush pump because in a short period of time, a lot of people can get the water. Unlike the bush pump, it will take time. It depends with the energy someone can apply to get that water. So the solar system borehole, they are better off as compared to the bush pump. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Do you use the solar system boreholes, wells, for agriculture purpose, or is it only for drinking?
Normally, we use for drinking because, like what I said, a lot of people they are benefiting from this world solar system boreholes because there's no any alternative of
Mm-hmm.
clean water. You see, and a lot of people now they are rushing to get that pressless water. You know, and
Okay.
because of that, so you cannot have some water to spare or to irrigate or to do that unless if you have we installed more boreholes, the solar system borehole, then we can have the liberty to do agriculture. But yes, of course, where we have installed these solar system boreholes, the people who are in charge of that systems, they are doing small farming just to gardening like vegetables and the like, but on a small scale. Yes.
You talked about the next project that you are looking into is the another iCamp. What do you think are the urgent needs for you in the next year or that you we Humanity First should focus on in Zimbabwe?
Can you come again?
Can you tell me what are the priorities for help in Zimbabwe that for Humanity First? You talked about iCamp. What else do you think we
Yeah.
should do?
Yes. I think in Zimbabwe, what is required is, of course, ICAMP because we have a lot of elderly people. We have problem of eyesight. So I think this will be of great help. And also the provision of water is still needed because many places, people, they are suffering. They're
Mhm.
having a problem of getting clean water. You see, in most rural areas, they have to travel 3 to 5 kilometers to get water. And you see, in that situation, you can see people, they can spend much of their time just looking for water and they want to do many other things that are necessary for their well-being. So we need a lot of borehole for people to get clean water. Yes, certainly. That's another area. And also another area of we need also assistance in regard to food aid. Food aid, it's necessary, yeah, because if you go around, if we around Zimbabwe, mostly in rural areas, people they are suffering there. Like what I said, that the country is still under sanctions, and most of people they are not employed. Some they have children who are in Harare, who are working in capital city in cities, but they are not having this, formal employment, and because of that, they won't get enough to even to send to their parents in rural areas. So you can see how hard it is, because they also need to pay their rentals and their food. So from they only survive on hand mouth. So they don't have something to spare for their parents in rural areas. So that is a challenge. So those people in rural areas, they really need uh, food help, because if you move around and you see how people, some they cannot have even 2 meals per day. See how hard it is. Some they can just eat once, that's all. And even the food they eat somehow, it's not that, a proper food. You know what I mean. So it's a challenge. It's a challenging. You need to be on the ground to understand all these things. But certainly this will go in hand if we can be able to get help in this regard. We can help most of our elders who are struggling. Some they are widows and also orphans. They also need this help. Yes.
Okay. What is the situation with the families? You mentioned that there are a lot of elderly and a lot of orphans. Can you explain what is going on? Why is there so many older people and orphans that you mentioned?
Yeah, there are many factors that have necessitated this problem. One is that the scourge of this AIDS pandemic. It has costed the life of young people. You see, and now they left their children in the hands of their parents who are old and who cannot even work for themselves. You see, so now it has come a big challenge. So you see, the country is also losing a number of youth because of unemployment, like what I said, and some they're indulging in drugs, dangerous drugs, and some they're dying young because there's this mtoriro, a kind of drug which they take, and this drug is so dangerous that a person, if he takes that drug, he can spend even 2 or 3 days without sleeping. Just imagine. And that is affecting their lungs and the heart. Eventually, they are dying young. And this is because of economic pressure. So that's the reason why you see they are living with their parents, but themselves, they are dying because of economic pressures. So that's the problem. That's one of the reasons why we are having so many elder people who are left behind. Yes.
So we're back to the situation of sanctions then. This is one of the major reasons that Zimbabwe is facing a lot of problems and issues.
Mm.
Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, of course. Even the AU, African Union, and the SADC, these are African bodies. They are all clamoring for the removal of sanctions. Even the United Nations said that these sanctions are a crime against humanity, and they are not just fair while they are in place. So because they are affecting the ordinary people, they are not affecting politicians as such, but they are affecting the ordinary people. Because if, for example, companies that are sanctioned, it means that companies will close down. That means people won't get employment. So that is a challenge. And also, even our business people, some of the those big business people in Zimbabwe, they are sanctioned also, and those people, they touch the life of many people. So you see now, and because of that, the situation is so hard for our people. We just hope that maybe they will hear the call from our leaders and from African leaders, and they will be able to remove the sanction as soon as possible. As long as the sanctions are in place, it will be very difficult. Yes, the government can try its level best, but it will be hard because the government won't have access to foreign currency, right? Won't have access to other amenities such as medical drugs and medical equipment. You see, the country cannot sell its diamonds uh, straight on the market. They have to sell it through the third party. So you can see now they are not even getting much from their own resources because of sanctions. You see, Zimbabwe, it doesn't produce oil. You need to buy oil from outside the country. So what do? You need forex to buy fuel, to buy electricity from other countries, because the electricity which you produce in the country is not enough to cover the whole country. So you can see now the government is dire need of foreign currency. And when we are in this situation, it will be very, very difficult for government to be able to get this electricity and fuel, which are the drivers of economy. Yes. So as long as the sanctions are in place, it will be very, very difficult for the country.
So, what do you have to say about to the countries that impose these sanctions? What is your message to them? What do you think? You were saying that this is for you a crime against humanity. That's one of your main messages. What else would you like to say about this?
What I have to say is that we believe in dialogue. What I can say is that we believe in dialogue. I think that's the best way to solve any problem. If there is misunderstanding between the government, whether internally or with other countries out there, I think dialogue is the way forward to solve any problems, because these sanctions, they are not affecting the rich people, but it is affecting the ordinary people. So I believe that they should follow the line of negotiation. I think that is the best way to solve the problem, instead of keeping these sanctions in place, because they are affecting ordinary people. Recently, there's a representative from United Nations who came for the fact-finding mission to find out the impact of the sanction in Zimbabwe. And there was a damning report. The report indicated that the sanctions, they've affected the economy of the Zimbabwean and also the people, the ordinary people. So they should be removed. So there was a recommendation from United Nations as well. So we can see that truly, when the country is under sanctions, it won't prosper. So if those Western countries, they love our people, they love Zimbabweans, at least they should remove sanctions to show sympathy. And whatever problem it is good that if they can sit down and negotiate. Yes.
Okay. Jazakumullah, that is a very important message, and we will make sure that it reaches the authorities and the people outside, certainly here through Humanity First International. Jazakumullah for your time. Is there anything else that you would like to say? From my side, I'm very satisfied with what you have said. Do you have any other messages to people? Ahmadis.
Yes, the message I have is that I would like to take this opportunity to thank Humanity First, in particular Humanity First Switzerland, that it has touched the life of our people. Like what I was saying, that since the country is under sanctions, so the help of Humanity First was of great importance, was of great value to our people. And it has made a huge difference in our people. Now our people can have clean water, and also our people, they can have even this a decent way of living, because we receive some food help from Switzerland and the like. So I would just like to thank them for this, and I should pray that they should continue. And those people who are contributing towards this, God should bless them abundantly so that they can keep on helping humanity. And also, I will humbly request you to keep on doing these good works for our people. Do not abandon us. Always remember us as your brothers and sisters who are in great need. And we do appreciate whatever you've done for our country. We strongly appreciate you, and they are very, very happy. You are always in our prayer. May Allah bless you.